What's up, YouTube? It's your boy P.O. I know it's been a while since I did a video, but I thought I'd do another one on this one right here, the priv. So we got the priv, the Z30, the classic, and there is the Blackberry Passport Silver Edition. I don't have a physical one because I returned it. I'll tell you why I returned my Silver Edition Passport. Not because it's a bad phone though. So let's begin. I've used Droid once or twice in my whole life, so I'm not that familiar with Droid, but I'm very familiar with BlackBerry. I've had every BlackBerry pretty much that came out, and I've always stuck with BlackBerry because of the battery life and the keyboards. So that's why the priv interests me. So let's begin. Just show you a few differences in how to do stuff, but I think the priv does a good job. So, you know, of course, with BlackBerry 10, to unlock the screen, you just swipe up, and it does any BlackBerry 10. And with the priv, you don't swipe up to get anything, but you just double tap, and it's just as quick. So that's one thing that's pretty good. The other thing is the hub. Of course, BlackBerry 10, you just swipe, and there's your hub. On the whole button and swipe up, and you can access that anywhere. So once you're in the hub, there's different ways to get out the hub. On BlackBerry 10, of course, you just swipe back to the right and you get out of the hub like that. But be careful doing it on the priv, because you swipe to the right to get out, you delete. Luckily there's an undo thing, so you can undo the message right away. But to get out of the hub on the priv, you hit the home button or the back button right there. That's just a little adjustment I had to get used to. I swiped left to get out the hub a few times and deleted messages. But thankfully, you know, the undo is there also as well. Okay, on BB10, as we're also used to being able to access the hub from anywhere, you could do the same on the priv as well. It's just in a different way. So let's go to Instagram. We'll go to Instagram on the priv as well. And you want to peek at your messages. Of course, on BlackBerry 10, it's just a swipe up, and then just go to your right, and you can peek. On the priv, they have these active panel right here, where you just swipe it, and you get a peek at all your unread messages, and you just swipe back and you're back to where you are. So you can still peek at your messages, it's just in a different way. I find it still effective. As to say which one is better, that's completely your preference. But you know, I'm just showing you what we're used to on BlackBerry 10 as it carries over to the priv running Android. And of course, the multitasking on BB10, you just swipe up, you get all your windows that are open. On the priv, you just hit this little square button right here, tap that, and then you get, this is the multi window on the priv compared to BlackBerry 10, but on the priv you could change them as well to your liking. So this is default. You get big and small squares. To change it, just swipe down twice. It's a lot easier. Just, I have a camera in front of me. Then you just go to display, go to recent. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, recent. And you can change it to Rolodex. That's the, I guess, the normal way of how Android does the multitasking. It's Rolodex like this. And if you're like me and you're just used to BlackBerry style, you change it. They have the BlackBerry tiles as well. So go back to settings, display, go to recents, and change to tiles, and then you get the same look as BB10. The phone call on the priv is nice and clear as well. My biggest surprise with the priv, and I'll share that with you towards whatever camera that's in your hand, that's the best camera that's in your hand. But if you're going to do a comparison, side by side, picture to picture, then you can see the Priv's camera is much sharper, captures more lighting, more details. So let's talk speaker with the Priv. Let me tell you, if you have a Passport, the Z30, or a Classic, you have a higher expectation. So with that said, the Priv doesn't meet that expectation, but it doesn't make it a bad speaker. So let me share a few things that I like on the BlackBerry Priv that's not on BB10. I like on an email or a text message, you swipe to the right and you get to snooze the message. I also like the little pop-up widgets it gives you when you just swipe over. You swipe over an app that has 3 dots underneath it. You just swipe over and it gives you like a little pop-up thing. It'll give you like a brief thing, you know, your calendar. Your expectations are the Passport battery or the Z30's battery. You might be a little bit, just a little bit disappointed. But if your expectations are you're coming from an Android phone or iPhone or the Z10, you'll love this battery on the Priv. You'll love it. Because it's not a bad battery. And phone guy. I really like to be able to use my phone with just one hand. And as great as the Passport is, it was just kind of difficult to use it with one hand for me. And I love the form factor. And my biggest surprise of the Priv is how little I use the physical keyboard to type. And I'm used to keyboards. That's why I stick with BlackBerry. Love the Passport keyboard. I love the Classic keyboard. I love the keyboard. But for some reason, I picked up the habit of using the keyboard to scroll more than I type. And I don't know why. So you go to Instagram, just use the keyboard to scroll. Don't gotta touch your screen. Yes, I use the keyboard more to scroll than I do to actually type something. The only time I see myself typing using this keyboard is for when you're doing a quick search. That's the only time I raise this phone up to use the keyboard when I'm doing a search. Other than that, and like I said, it wasn't planned out. It just became habit, just all of a sudden. The screen keyboard is very nice on here as well. So you go to message, and this is what comes up, and it's really nice to type on. Like I said, I find myself using the physical keyboard more to scroll than I do to actually type on it. I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. That, like I said, I came from BlackBerry. Pretty much all my smartphones have been BlackBerry, so I'm very much familiar with the physical keyboard. But like I said, that was my biggest surprise with the Priv, is how little I use the physical keyboard to type, and I use it more for scrolling. So that's why I got rid of my Passport, was because I like the form factor. I love the form factor of the Priv. I do love it. But what I'm gonna do is, because I never gave the Z30 a chance, I'm gonna rock my Z30 for about the next 3 or 4 months. Because now that I'm used to the physical keyboard. When I first got the Z30, my biggest thing was, oh, it's too big. Oh, it doesn't have a physical keyboard. So I never really gave the Z30 a chance. And I've been using the Z30 for the last 2 days now, and I actually like the Z30. So I'm gonna rock with that for the next 3 or 4 months. Hopefully by then, they make a silver edition Priv running BlackBerry 10 and full Google Play services on it. That's what I'm waiting for, because I don't want to keep buying different phones. And just to let you guys know, and that's my review of the Priv. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, love the Lord, thou God, with all thy heart, and love each other, man. There's too much hatred out here in this world.